Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I wanted to come and film a video this morning and share with you some new to me Yankee candles. Some of them are from the newer collections, so I figured everyone might be interested. I also have a cat on my lap, so in case he interrupts us a little bit, just know that he's here. And if you're listening on headphones, you may hear him purring or being a bug. So grab a coffee because we've got a few to go over, and let's get started. So the first one that I picked up is actually a backup of Evening Riverwalk. Um, this was part of their fall collection last year. And really, this was the standout to me. This was my favorite of their collection, and it's on clearance right now. So I decided to grab another one because I had some rewards to use up. The notes are top notes of bergamot, cardamom, red cedar, and birch bark. The mid notes are amber, suede, and black vanilla. And then the base notes are smoked oud, burnished leather, and mahogany wood. This one is just really nice. It's not your normal fall scent. It's not really cologne-y to me. Um, I don't know if it's the combination of the various woods with the leather, but I almost get a whiskey type note to it as well, which is really pleasant to me. Um, it's almost reminiscent of Bath and Body Works sweet whiskey to me. Um, I don't know if anyone else has burned this and noticed the same thing, but I just really wanted to get a backup of this one because I'm not sure it's going to return, so may as well grab one. This next one is one that I happened to get in a scent plug not too long ago, and I really enjoyed it in the scent plug, so I wanted to try the candle. This is Ocean Air. I think this one has been around for a while. Um, so let's go over the notes here. Ocean Air has top notes of blue ozone, linen breeze, bergamot, and lemon. Mid notes of cotton flower, muguet, white lily, and fresh clover. And then base notes of sheer musk, fresh vanilla, and cedar wood. This one is just it's a nice laundry scent without being an overpowering laundry type scent. And then what I noticed in the scent plug, which I hope will also come out when burning the candle, is just like a little tiny touch of maybe you're walking on the beach and you can smell the leftover overtones of somebody might have had a bonfire on the beach last night. So there's just this little hint of something in the air that, makes you think of a beach bonfire. So I really like this one. So hopefully I will like the candle too, because the scent plug I really enjoyed. This next one is also new to me, but it's been around for a while, I think, is White Strawberry Bellini. And here that is with this beautiful pink wax. Um, the notes on White Strawberry Bellini are strawberry, pineapple, juicy orange, with mid notes of fresh mango, peach nectar, and chilled sparkling wine. And then the base note that's listed is just sugar, which means this is sweet. This is nice though. I get the strawberry and I do get the pineapple, and it's a very juicy fragrance. Um, I've really been enjoying strawberry this year, so I figured I would go ahead and give this a try. Um, the chilled sparkling wine is there, so don't mistake this for a non-boozy scent with a boozy thing in the name. I do kind of get that hint of wine in there, so it may not be for you if you don't like wine slash boozy type scents. But it is very fruity and very fresh, and I think this would be a great summer candle, or anytime if you're in the mood for a beverage candle. All right, so let's move along here to my next candle, which is part of the new fall collection from Yankee, which is Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. And I was mostly interested in this one because there's so many pumpkin cinnamon candles out there, and I kind of wanted to see how it compared to other pumpkin cinnamon candles out there. Um, the notes on Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl are cinnamon, caramel, and clove bud for the top notes. I am sorry, he's being a ham this morning and wants to be on camera. So again, the top notes are cinnamon, caramel, and clove bud. We've got mid notes of nutmeg, pumpkin dough, and toasted pecans. And then base notes of vanilla, brown sugar, and warm musk. So I'm going to give this a smell here. I do pick up the musk, so if that scares you a little bit, I wouldn't be too scared of it. It's not unpleasant, but it's definitely there. We'll see if it's still there when it's burning. But one thing I'm kind of happy that I got out of this is the toasted pecans note. A lot of times there'll be like a toasted nut kind of note mentioned, but you don't really get that. And I think that kind of sets this one apart from a lot of the other pumpkin, breakfasty, cinnamon roll type candles. So I think this one will be a good one because that toasted pecans note. So that is Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. Next, because I picked two from the new fall collection, afternoon scrapbooking is one that really intrigued me. I took a look at the notes and decided I wanted to give it a try. So here is afternoon scrapbooking. So the top notes on afternoon scrapbooking are golden apple, bergamot, lemon, ginger, nutmeg, and autumn air. The mid notes are eucalyptus, leather, clove, and labdanum. And base notes of patchouli, cedar, amber embers, and musk. This one, I definitely get the leather and I definitely get the eucalyptus. So I think if you're not a eucalyptus fan, this may not be your favorite pick from this collection. But it's really interesting. And I tend to like leather scents. And eucalyptus for me can come and go. It's not something I enjoy all the time, but I do almost like it as a way to reset my nose sometimes. I will like a eucalyptus note candle to kind of refresh, especially if I've been in gourmand land for a long time. It'll be a nice way to cleanse the sinuses out and be able to kind of get over some of the sweetness of the gourmands. Golden apple, I really don't get too much apple. I think the eucalyptus and the ginger just give it a pretty good sharpness up top. And I think I do get a hint of a deeper patchouli. It's not a light perfumey patchouli. It is more of the deeper, I guess, dirtier, you could say, patchouli, which I don't hate. I've noticed that I actually kind of enjoy that in candles. So, and as for the embers, I don't really get much smokiness from this, but maybe that will come out when it's burning. So that is afternoon scrapbooking. And I need a sip of coffee here because we're more than halfway through. Okay. So next, I also wanted to pick up one of the Halloween collection candles. I believe this is a new fragrance, and it's Enchantress Spell. And I really love the color of this wax. It's like a plummy maroon type color. It's really, really pretty. And the notes on Enchantress Spell is blackberry and raspberry elixir at the top, mid notes of black rose, black amber, and black oud, and then base notes of cedar, velvet petals, patchouli, and silk. And I love the blackberry and the raspberry up top here. I love a blackberry candle, which you'll probably see in an upcoming Homeworks video that I'm going to have when they arrive. Just those tart berries I really seem to enjoy. Raspberry elixir. I'm wondering if it's the elixir that's giving me just the littlest hint of alcoholic beverage, just a tiny bit. I would smell it for yourself though and see how you feel about that. I know some people will go for those types of scents and then others may not. And I definitely get kind of a mixed woodiness out of this one. And then I do get some patchouli underneath everything. I think this is a really pretty candle. I'm excited to burn it and see how things come together while it's burning. But I was really surprised. I wasn't sure what to think from the notes on this one, but I'm glad I picked it up. I almost didn't. So I hope this one will stick around so people can discover it. And it's time to turn the page here on my notebook. Now, I did pick up a couple of the new, I'm not sure if it's called the Coffee House collection or that whatever themed of 4 candles that they have. And the first one I decided to try is Peppermint Mocha. So this one, I don't usually love mint candles, but if it's done the right way with kind of a chocolatiness or a vanilliness to it that smooths it out some and makes it not so sharp, I tend to like it. And then it's also nice during the holiday season to have some like smooth mint candles around to kind of break up some of the trees and the spices and things sometimes. So the notes on Peppermint Mocha are sparkling peppermint and sea salt, mid notes of crushed candy cane and winter mint, and base notes of whipped vanilla, dark chocolate, and frosted spearmint. Ooh, this one I do like. It reminds me of like a peppermint patty candy or one of those Andes mints. Um, I do really like this. I've been seeing some chatter around that a lot of people think that this might be a repackage of peppermint pinwheels from a few years ago. Um, I did look up the notes for peppermint pinwheels because I remember smelling peppermint pinwheels in the store when it was on clearance, and I didn't love that one enough to even pick one up. So I feel like that one was a little bit different. So I'll let you know the notes of peppermint pinwheels here. Um, you'll see they're a little bit similar, but I think they've refined peppermint pinwheels and trimmed it down and made it into this peppermint mocha. So peppermint pinwheels had sparkling peppermint, melted butter, and sea salt. So at the top it had a melted butter, whereas this one does not. Um, the mid notes of peppermint pinwheels was kettle corn, crushed candy cane, and winter mint. So they removed the kettle corn, and I think that's the part that, to my nose, on the peppermint pinwheels, I was just like, I don't think I can do that. And base notes on peppermint pinwheels was whipped vanilla, dark chocolate, and frosted spearmint, which is the same as this. So I think they reformulated, which I think is a good thing. Though I know a lot of people said they liked peppermint pinwheels, but I couldn't do that butter and kettle corn in with the mint. That was just a little too much for me. So I'm excited to try this one. Especially since I bought this one online and I didn't smell it ahead of time. I'm glad it's one that I seem to like and will enjoy during the holiday time. And last but definitely not least is what I think is a repackage. So let me grab it. So, pumpkin spice latte. This one, I was watching both Connor from Connor Loves Candles and Sarita from Coffee and Candles talk about this candle. And when they were reading the notes off, something just flagged in my brain because I tend to remember things. And when they were reading the notes, there was a certain note that kind of triggered my brain to be like, wait a second. I think this sounds really familiar to me. So I'm going to read you the notes of pumpkin spice latte, and let me know in the comments if you know what this is probably a repackage of while I'm reading the notes. So for pumpkin spice latte, top notes of cinnamon sugar, glazed icing, and brown butter. Mid notes of caramel, spiced croissant dough, and pumpkin. And bottom notes of vanilla syrup and maple. So the note that sprung out to my brain was the spiced croissant dough, because I'm like, wait a second. I think there was a candle last year that had spiced croissant dough in it. So let me tell you what that candle is. Pumpkin Maple Creme Caramel from last year's fall collection. So let's read the notes from this candle. Cinnamon sugar, check. Glazed icing, check. Brown butter, check for the top notes. Mid notes of caramel, check. Spiced croissant dough, check. And pumpkin, check. Bottom notes of vanilla icing instead of vanilla syrup. Is that really going to be that different? I don't think so. And then maple, check. So this, my friends, I believe is a repackage. And I don't know if it's reformulated even. Just going to refresh my nose on that one there, and then I will smell this one. This one could be an improvement a little bit. I think the pumpkin spice latte, at least on cold, is a little bit stronger than the pumpkin maple creme caramel. But the notes are exactly the same, unless for some reason they did a typo or something. They really are kind of the same. Like, I don't notice a difference smelling them back to back. All right. So when talking about pumpkin spice latte, I think I'm a little disappointed though that there's no coffee or espresso note in here, because if I'm going to have a coffee collection or a coffee house collection, and I'm going to name something pumpkin spice latte, I think I'd really like some kind of coffee with it. Maybe they should have called it like pumpkin spice cream, or I don't know, pumpkin spice frappe or something like that, because I'm really missing the coffee note. The good news is I don't think I would need to return this, because I actually really like pumpkin maple creme caramel from the one that I burned last year. So I actually had this extra one from the after holiday sale that I could use to compare. So I will keep this around because I enjoy the fragrance, but this one's a little deceiving, and it is a repackage. So just buyer beware. If you didn't like pumpkin maple creme caramel last year, I would not get this one, because the notes are exactly the same. All right, well, that was my Yankee acquisitions. It's kind of over the past couple weeks. They had a fragrance family sale. It was like either buy two, get two, or buy three, get three. They have that for their rewards program quite often. So if you're not a member of their rewards program, it can be helpful, so you can end up with half price candles. They do 40% off a lot if you're not in the fragrance family, but if you are fragrance family, the discount is usually bumped up a little bit more. And then I've also noticed recently they made some changes to their rewards program where you kind of get more cash back from your purchases. So I think it used to be like $5 if you spent $100, you'd get back for a future purchase. But I think this last purchase, I got something crazy back, like 15 or 20, which that's basically a free candle. So, all right. Though I wish they would do more sales on the 3 wicks, because these large 2 wicks take such a long time to get through. Um, Really, sometimes I think they're designed for you to have for a couple years to get through. Sometimes you definitely get tired of them by the time you get to the end. Well, I hope everyone has a great Saturday. And is the weather cooling off where you are? Here it's only a high of 60 degrees. So I'm kind of looking forward to a low key day, burning some fall candles and maybe doing some arts and crafts. How about you? Well, I'll have another video for you soon. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day and a great weekend.